All right, so here are some great stretches to do. Jump roping actually works the full body, but of course there's a lot of emphasis on your lower body because you're jumping. And of course there's emphasis on your arms from the constant rotation, and also, believe it or not, your wrist, because sometimes you're not supposed to do this so sharply or rigid, if you will, but sometimes people do that unconsciously when they're turning. So these are some stretches, making sure this is straight as it can be, that you can do immediately after. And I recommend doing them for at least 15 to 30 seconds because you want to do deep stretching from doing a lot of the impact, of course, on your knees and your ankles, and definitely your calves and your hamstrings, from doing the constant up and down motion for your session, whether it's long or short. The longer you jump, the more you should do deeper stretching. If it's shorter, of course, you can lessen your stretch, but I would still suggest, again, as I said a moment ago, to do them for 15 to 30 seconds at least. So one that we know we've been doing since our gym day, take one of your foot, your left, with your left hand, and pull it up. I'll turn to the side. You want to make sure that you're pulling that foot up towards your glute if you have the flexibility. If not, it's okay. You can use something to assist you. You want to make sure you're standing upright and your pelvis is in a neutral position. You're not rotated back or too far forward. You just want to press down in the standing foot. Keep your chest tall. If you have the strength and the good balance, you can also use both hands. It's going to increase the stretch. You can also use a band, something that's elastic to help pull it up. And you want to make sure both of your knees, let me turn back to the front, are parallel to one another. And to get your shoulders more involved, you can lift your chest, your heart up. And of course, breathing is always appropriate. And then slowly pull that down. Ooh, I feel the looseness already. And then of course you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm just demonstrating these. I'm not going to actually perform it as my stretch. And then the second one, you can take one foot forward, the good old hamstring stretch. You're going to bend one leg, make sure your hands are on your thighs, not your knees. I'll turn to the side again. Make sure you push back, keep your back flat. Now, if you want a deeper stretch, you can put that foot up against something that's sturdy, like a wall, something that's low and not moving. And you can go not so much high up, but you want to lift up just enough to lean and push your weight forward so that you can get into that calf. So that's a second variation. One with the leg bent, and one, if you're using a wall, you can also put your hands on the wall. So one with your body going up and forward, and then slowly come down. And of course, you always want to do the same thing on the other side. You'll feel that all in your calf muscles. All right, so one to do with your arms. Take both arms out. Your thumbs can be up, send your chest forward. Think of your hands or your thumbs trying to come towards one another. Taking a deep breath in. And then when you're done with that rotation, again, keeping in mind 15 to 30 seconds, you're going to press your thumbs down and do the same thing. Now, one to do for your wrist is really good. Take one hand, press down, put a little weight there. Of course, do both on both sides. This is what I want to say. And then you can do the same thing, pressing down, and be nice and easy. It is your wrist. It's like your knee, your ankles, your shoulder joints, your hip joints. And same thing. Good job. Now, what you can do for your biceps, make sure your wall is flat. You're going to take your hand, it's in this position, place it up against the wall, and you're going to twist away. That's a really good one. You can actually feel that down in my lower lumbar on both sides. And again, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just taking advantage of doing a little stretch. I'm getting ready to do my morning workout session. slept long today, which was really good. You're going to take one leg, making sure you sit on something a little more sturdy than this. And you're going to press your ankle or place your ankle. My brain and voice is still waking up. On top of that opposite quad. Make sure it's not on your knee. And you just lean forward. Get right up and down. And you should also feel that down in your lower glute muscle. You know, you have 3 total. Okay, and you can also, if you want, you can carry the leg towards your chest and lean forward, but that requires you to use your arm strength a little bit more. So those are 2 variations. And of course, you can do the same thing on the other side, kind of making the shape of a number 4. Okay, so one more, so the video is not too long. So another good one to do for the quad is to place your foot up on your couch, your chair, something that's not moving. Make sure your foot, you probably can't see the foot, is in kind of a flex position. And you're going to lean back. You can bend the front knee just a little bit, which is helpful, and it will get into that quad. You can also place your foot up against a wall and do the same thing. That's going to deepen it, okay? And make sure you do the same thing on the other side. Your foot is flexed, you're in a slight bend, and you're just leaning back, almost like you're trying to do a hinge. You will feel that in that front quad. Yes. And again, all of these should be done, I suggest 15 to 30 seconds. Okay, and you can repeat them more than once as well. You don't have to just do 1 and 1 on both sides, okay? Happy stretching while you're jumping. Take care of those knees, those ankles, those wrists, those shoulders. Take care of your body. Thanks for watching.